Hello everyone, my name is Mohit Kumar Jha. My roll number is 20MT30018, and for the DY project I am going to disassemble this electric trimmer. So let us start. So you can see this electric trimmer is connected to the power supply via adapter. This is a, you can see it is a 3-volt DC adapter. So what it does is that it converts this AC voltage source into 3-volt DC, and there is a battery inside which is being charged by this 3-volt DC. It can be used with power connection, or it can be also used with the battery. Since the battery is damaged, so it only works with the power connection. So now you can see that it is working. You can hear the sound, and like if I open it, you can see the blades moving. Okay, so now I will just disassemble it and show you the inner working, how it works. Okay, so first I will remove the top cap, and see, this is the blade of the motor. I hope you can see it clearly, and see it is detachable. So this is the blade part. Here it is the blade part, and here this is the rotor. So you can see there is a shaft connected to the rotor, and this shaft here is actually not at the center of this rotor. This is slightly displaced. So what happens is that it converts the rotation of the motor into the translation motion of this blade. See, the shaft goes into this slot here. You can see this slot is made, and within this slot the motor goes, and like the shaft goes, and when the shaft moves, so this moves along with it, and so we get the rotation motion of, so we get the translation motion of the blade. So now I am going to disassemble it. There are 3 screws in here. First one is these 2, and the third one is in here. I have to expand the hole so that I can get my screwdriver in perfectly, and it's easier to open. Okay, so yeah. So these are the 3 screws, and now all that is left is to open it apart. So okay, so you can see the motor in here. It is like a DC motor, and a pretty normal one. I mean, we can find this kind of motor even in toy cars and all those things. And now I am going to remove this system here, and I can show you what are the parts. So okay, so I have disassembled the trimmer, and overall it has 5 big parts, and out of that, this is the main working motor and the circuitry. This is the top safety cap. This is the blade. This is the front end of the trimmer, and this holds this switch here. You can see the working of the switch in here. It is a kind of a push-pull switch, and this is the back case of the trimmer. So let us first understand the working of this motor and this circuitry and how they are connected. So at first maybe this circuit kind of feels a bit complicated, but it is very simple, and I will just show you what it has been done here. Okay, so see, first of all, the power supply goes from here. The DC power supply from the adapter goes from here from this part, and if you could see the jack here, so the front end is actually the positive terminal, and this case here, okay, so this front end is the positive terminal and this case here is actually the negative terminal. This completes the circuit, and that's why there is this rubber partition provided here, so that positive and the negative terminals are separated from each other. And this goes inside this socket here like this. And now you can see this red wire is the positive part and this is the common terminal or the negative terminal. So what happens is that, see, this is our power supply, this is positive, this is negative, and this is basically 3 volt power supply, and from here we get this positive terminal, and from here we get this common terminal. So and here is our motor. Like, I'm just kind of drawing a caricature here. This is the negative positive terminal, and so this is our positive and this is, so negative, like the common terminals are all connected, and there is also this battery provided. See, this is the battery. You can say this is a nickel MH battery. Okay, so this is the positive terminal, and they are connected. Now from this part there is a capacitor. Okay, so this black part here is the capacitor. Here, this is the black part and this is the capacitor, and from this capacitor we get this kind of open connection here, and now there is this gap between these two positive terminals. So this gap is actually connected by the switch. You can see this kind of a switch, and this switch is what is here. So you can see this these two like metal parts, and these are the switch. So understand this circuit diagram with this circuit here. So in this circuit you can see this is the positive terminal, and this is the ground terminal. So this is the ground terminal or common terminal, and all the points connected here are at 0 potential, and this is the positive terminal, and this is at 3 volt. Now see, this 3 volt potential is going here, and then it passes through this capacitor, and so when we come here we see that this is the positive potential. And also what happens is that it continues, here, and this is the positive potential. And if you see the connection of these batteries, you will find that this is positive. So the power supply is connected to this positive terminal, goes to negative of this battery, connected to the positive of this battery, goes to negative of this battery, and the negative of this battery is connected to ground. So if you can see this part, so there are two batteries. This is a single cell, and we can connect another cell here like this. So this one is the positive of one battery goes to positive of one, negative of other, positive of one, negative of other, and then to the ground terminal or 0 potential. And the other part goes to this terminal. This is the open terminal. Okay, and you can see this battery is basically 1.2 volts. So the effective voltage of this battery is 2.4 volts. So what happens is that when you connect it to the power supply, the motor basically operates with the power supply which is 3 volt greater than 2.4 volts, and when you disconnect the power supply, it should essentially work on battery, but since the battery is now damaged, it only works on the 3-volt supply here, and this battery is actually not in a proper working condition. And now we go ahead and see this with the help of a multimeter. Okay, here I have a multimeter. Okay, one more thing. So this and this terminal here, these are the open terminals, and the switch here connects this terminal and this terminal, and when these two terminals are connected, the motor starts to move, as we'll see. So first of all, you should see that my power supply is on, and from here it's going into this trimmer. So if I connect these, if we disconnect this and connect the negative terminal here, you can see, and the okay, first of all I will set my multimeter to measure 20 ohms, 20 volt DC. So okay, so now this is the negative terminal connected, and this is the positive terminal, and you can see it is, you should okay, now it is clearly visible. You can see that it is 3.38 volts, and we can essentially assume it to be around 3. So there is nothing wrong with the adapter. And now we connect the adapter here. We again do the similar checking. So the positive goes to positive and negative goes to negative, and you can see it shows almost 3 there, around 3. Okay, it's maybe fluctuating because the connections are not proper. I mean, like, I am not able to properly connect to the metallic parts there, but you can see that it goes to 3. Okay, yeah, okay, maybe I should okay, now it's properly connected, and see it's stable at 3.38. and similarly, if I connect these two, you should be able to see similar 3.38. and now we can see this capacitor is for now charged. Okay, and this is the negative terminal, like this is the common terminal. So this point here and this point here should be at 0 volt. So to verify this, we will connect this point and the positive terminal, and we should see about 3.38, which is again matching with our data. And so we know this is 0 potential. We want to find out the potential of this part. So to find out potential of this part, now we know that it is 0. So we'll connect this point and we'll connect this point, and we can see again it is about 3.36. we can compare it to be equal to 3.38. so we can see this is also at the positive terminal, and we can see that these two terminals here, they are not connected, like they are open for now. And similarly these two are, wait, okay, we should not connect them now. It is open for now. And now what I will do, I will take this kind of a connecting wire and I will connect. Okay, now you can see the motor is stationary. So when I connect here, you should be able to see that the circuit, okay, according to my circuit diagram here, the circuit should get completed and the motor should rotate. Let's see if this is true. Okay, okay, I guess okay, if you are not able to see, I should just change the direction. See, the motor is rotating. See, it is rotating, not rotating, rotating, not rotating. Now it's rotating. So what is happening here is that this terminal is going here and is connected with the positive terminal, and this is the negative terminal. So when I just connect these two, the circuit gets completed and the motor starts to rotate. In actual casing, this action is performed by this part here. And you might ask, what are these two? These are just resistances, and these resistances are basically used to light up this LED. So what is the use of this LED? When the battery is in charging mode and the connection is not switched on, it shows that the battery is being charged. So what happens is that like from this positive terminal, this from this positive terminal, what it does is that it reduces the potential so that our LED can be lighted without being damaged. So we can also show that thing. We can connect this part, and we can see the LED is being lit. See, okay. So this was it for my circuitry, and now we can just again understand the working of the motor along with this blade. Blade can perform this horizontal motion here. This is the horizontal motion of the blade, and when it is happening at a very fast speed, the beard gets in between these two blades and is actually efficiently trimmed off. So what happens is that this part here is fixed inside in here. Okay, and now when you try to rotate this motor, what happens is that this blade also tries to rotate along with the motor, because the shaft here is not in the center of this motor. Like the axis of rotation of this motor is somewhere along here, and the shaft is actually a bit away from this. So the rotation motion is converted into the translation motion. And these are the only important things about this trimmer. And if now I can just reassemble it again, it should again work properly. So first of all, put it in here. Okay, another thing here is, see, a spring is provided. So this okay, this is okay, maybe I got this like this thing is okay. So see, here it is a spring provided here. So what is the use of this spring? So the use of this spring is very simple. So you see, when this motor is rotating, it is very like it produces a lot of vibration. Okay, and if only plastic is used, so this vibration would get transferred to this plastic, and you would feel a lot of shakiness in your hand, and you won't be able to handle it properly. So to reduce that vibration, this spring is used, which basically absorbs all the vibration there, and hence we are able to handle it properly. I mean, even if it is going at a very fast speed and it's cutting our beard, we do not feel our hands shaky, which might also cause cuts on our cheeks or maybe somewhere. Okay, so this was the final thing which I wanted to tell, and now I will just go ahead and disassemble, assemble it. And it has been assembled into its proper shape, and it should be in working condition as well, since I haven't damaged anything. Let's check it out. Okay, now it's charging. Okay, and okay, now you can see this trimmer is working very fine. You can hear the sound, and you can also see the blades moving. Probably you can see the blades moving here, and it can be easily used to trim off whatever. This is it from my side. Thank you very much.